The Big Bang Theory was clearly an important time in the lives of people involved in making it. It has been 7 years since the Chuck Lorre and Bill Prady created comedy was still the #1 comedy on TV when it ended in 2019. Suffice it to say, it could have run for a few years more, considering its popularity, but it wrapped after 12 seasons primarily because of Jim Parsons' decision to leave as Sheldon. Knowing how important the character was to the Big Bang Theory, everyone decided to just wrap it up altogether. Fast forward to 2026, and the Big Bang Theory franchise thrives with expansion projects. Thus far, Lorre has launched 2 prequels, Young Sheldon, which ended in 2024, and Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, which is currently the most watched comedy on broadcast. In July, Kevin Sussman is reprising his role as Stuart Bloom in HBO Max's Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. Amid all of this, the flagship is still missed, and fans aren't the only ones who feel this way. In the new episode of Jesse Tyler Ferguson's Dinner on Me, Simon Helberg, who played Howard Wolowitz for all 12 seasons of The Big Bang Theory, looked back on his time in the series, particularly the decision to end the show. He made it clear that while he was content with the way it wrapped, and when it did, he would sometimes feel regret about it now, and think that they should have just done more, referring to the rest of the cast. Read his full quote below. "No, I felt very, very content ending at that point, and it was sort of a natural ending too, in the sense that we weren't renewed, like, we weren't picked up. It was only as the season ended that they started even talking about more, but they had never talked to us, so it was a little bit funny, in that sense." And I'm like, as you get older, you're like, Jesus Christ, it's already been like, our show aired 20 years ago. Big Bang aired almost 20 years ago. It's no secret that Parsons' decision to leave The Big Bang Theory was initially met with a negative reaction from some of his co-stars, particularly Kaylee Cuoco and Johnny Galecki. They were able to sort things out, however, and by the end of the series, everyone was back to their old dynamic. Helberg's positive thoughts about wrapping up The Big Bang Theory when it did have been consistent, but this is the first time that he's admitting to thinking about doing more seasons of the show. For what it's worth, it's totally understandable to develop these new thoughts about the matter, especially since it has been nearly a decade since the series wrapped. The Big Bang Theory was a major hit when it was on the air, and for all of its cast, it was a life-changing gig. Not only did the comedy make them household names, but it also gave them financial stability. Beyond all that, it was always clear that they enjoyed the process of doing it, so it's natural to miss it. Perhaps this paves the way for the much-clamored The Big Bang Theory reunion project. While it hasn't been that long since it went off the air, fans have been wanting some kind of revival that some cast members have openly supported. Helberg's new comments increase the chances of potentially making this happen. Otherwise, it's also possible that they could just make a cameo in Stuart Fails to Save the Universe.